You truly cannot feel the Christmas spirit yet until you visit Santa Claus and ask him to hopefully grant your wishes. There's only one word to describe this movie. If I had to give just this review alone of describing it with only one word, the only word that I can describe it is beautiful. Because this movie truly showcases exactly who the real Santa Claus of cinema really is. A lot of people could say their own perspective of who their Santa Claus is or who the best Santa Claus is, but nobody is going to pertain or live up to Edmund Gwenn. Not only did he have the heart, the personality, the appeal, the look, the kindness, the whole entire soul of what makes Santa Claus the figure that we all grew up knowing and believing and loving all those years of going to the mall, sitting on his lap, telling him exactly what it is we want for Christmas as little children, or just seeing Santa Claus alone. It really brings up a beautiful spirit and telling Santa exactly what it is not only we want for Christmas, but hopefully to make our moods a lot better. And for someone like Edmund Gwenn to hold that particular title of being the greatest Santa Claus of all time, in my perspective, and I'm sure to a lot of other people, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with my thought right there. But before I talk about this movie, Hollywood Graveyard, Edmund Gwenn finally got himself a little placement in the Hollywood Cemetery, thanks to all the donations, support that was deserved to give him a little cabinet to put his urn in. And Edmund Gwenn finally got the respect and honor and recognition that he truly deserved with everybody of not only giving us a gift of this particular movie, but everybody gave a gift back for Edmund Gwenn, not only honoring his memory and his legacy, but also giving him a place in the Hollywood Cemetery. So that was good on that part. Now, this movie alone, Miracle on 34th Street. Now, a young Natalie Wood was played in this portrayal. Now, beforehand, she had a couple small little roles before she became a well-known prominent actress as she got older. But this was like the first big title of a film that she was able to play in and actually have a really prominent role that just lived up to the standards that you believed and loved with, because she was the little girl that believed in this Santa Claus right here. Because after an incident where a phony Santa Claus was supposed to portray on the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade float for the Santa Claus waving everybody, but unfortunately he was too intoxicated, so a man named Kris Kringle, which was Edmund Gwenn, he took the role, and not only did he become a hit, but it truly believes that he is the real Santa Claus. But unfortunately had to go to court and not only describe his mental health, but also had to get authenticity that this is the real Santa Claus. But the thing is, folks, it wasn't just that. I mean, there's a lot of skeptics out there who truly believe that he wasn't the real Santa Claus, or let alone that there is. A lot of people can claim that they're the real Santa Claus. I mean, the only person who was the real Santa Claus was the man behind the religious holiday, which was St. Nicholas himself. But then it became an iconic character, and then all of a sudden, Coca-Cola was in Santa Claus's hand many centuries later. But for this instinct right here, for the kindness and soul and good soul that Kris Kringle had in this film, not only was he granting wishes, but a little girl, like I said, Natalie Wood, who believed in this Santa Claus, showing that it is the real one. Then later on, with obviously, in the 1940s, romance had to play in a factor. But just that specialty, that whole entire mirror. I mean, this was just a simple little story. It makes you believe. It hits you right in the emotions, the feels. It makes you grow sympathies for Kris Kringle and all the people that were believing in him, of not only becoming a hit of just sitting in a chair for all the children to make their wishes to, but it was just the fact that he was given so much, spending his time and trying to grant wishes and making people happy of what the Christmas spirit is about, not only for the birth, but just giving people something to feel hopeful, celebrate, positive, and look into a step in the right direction, and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel right there of what the true meaning of the holiday brings. And despite all the skeptics who were believing that, in the end, it was really showcased that he was Kris Kringle, and he was exactly that. Now, Natalie Wood, she was a natural, gifted, talented actress. And when she got older, she not only adapted choreography, but she also adapted a singing voice. And she was able to train in quite a bit of some featured films, stuff like Gypsy, Inside Daisy Glover, Splendor in the Grass, and films like that are well known, like The Great Race, The Searchers. One of her big prominent roles, like West Side Story, and her big role where she played with James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause. So when she got older, she was able to portray in a lot more really good fucking movies later on. But for this one right here, being one of her breakthrough young roles at such a young actress like she was at her age, she had a natural given talent. For her to play that innocence that she had, believing in Santa Claus, and just telling her parents exactly that he really is and she can prove it, oh my god. You just grew so much sympathy and love for it. But yes, folks, Miracle on 34th Street, it really represents what the title is all about, that it truly is a miracle of the celebration of one actor who, I mean, he had a lot of prominent roles in so many movies for how many decades. He was a farmer, he was a politician, he was a detective or casualty. He did so many roles playing different personalities, but in this instinct, talking about this movie, he was Santa Claus, and he gave us the definition of Santa Claus and helping us believe more of what the holiday is. So, Miracle on 34th Street, obviously, it was a 5 out of 5 movie. I can't deny against it. It is a beautiful story, well-written dialogue, the spirit, the hopeful, the moods, all of it's there. The romance, it's all there, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So, folks, that's going to have to do it for my talk of Miracle on 34th Street. We got one more movie to get to.